Alright, you trainers, welcome to the Choice Specs. This is TaeganAdventures here in my new studio. Now we got some pretty exciting news to cover today because the Pokemon Direct has just aired about 2 days ago as of when I'm recording this, and it gave us some new insight to what Pokemon Sword and Shield has to offer. So without further ado, let's dive right into a trilogy of videos this weekend, starting with the first part of 3. So for this video, we're going to focus on the wild area, which for those of you who haven't watched the Pokemon Direct, it's basically an area in between cities that changes weather based on the real-time weather, kind of like in Pokemon Go. Yeah, it's basically an area where you can find all sorts of rare Pokemon. So think of it like your Safari Zone in the main series games, where you can find other rare Pokemon that are not part of your regional decks. For example, Snorlax back there on my bed. Say hi, Snorlax. So maybe in Galar, Snorlax can be a rare species, so Snorlax may be able to be found in the wild area. Of course, that's just an example. I don't know how rare Snorlax is to find in the Galar region. So actually, on paper, the wild area sounds like a really cool concept, actually, allowing us to complete our national decks if we even get one. I know Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon didn't really have a national decks. That's why some Pokemon were left, without a national dex number or even a Pokedex number in the Alola dex, because either they're not native to the Alola region or they just simply can't be found in the Alola dex. So I'm hoping for Sword and Shield that we actually get a national dex, maybe in the post-game or after we have completed most of the story of the game. Another thing I would like to see for the wild area is that maybe we can unlock the wild area in the main story of the game before the post-game itself, so we can actually have a more open world experience. If you look at the Galar region map, you can actually see some spaces in between cities and in between towns. So maybe we can actually explore the wild area while we are still completing the main story of the game. It did show a clip in the Pokemon Direct where the protagonist was heading towards a beacon which enabled multiplayer options. So it would be nice for players to communicate and play wirelessly regardless of how far they've progressed in the story. And yeah, that pretty much ties into max raid battles. Max raid battles are kind of like mini raids in groups of 4, but that's a whole other video for another time, and that is what we'll be covering in the next video actually. So stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, I digress. So it would be nice for players, no matter where they are in the game, be it, just starting out, in the middle of the main story, or in the post-game, or wherever somewhere in between, that players can just play with each other online and just participate in a max raid battle. So that's basically all that we know about the wild area so far. I'm glad that Pokemon is actually going in a more open world environment now that we've moved on to a more technologically advanced system on the Switch. One more thing I would like to comment about in the wild area is that you get control of the camera angle in the wild area, which is kind of like emphasizing the open worldness, the open world aspect of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Personally, I am looking forward to a more adventure-filled open world experience in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm sure a lot of Pokemon fans would love an open world Pokemon game, kind of like what we've seen in Breath of the Wild. A lot of Nintendo Switch titles use the open world concept, and I'm glad the Pokémon Company is trying to implement this new open world concept to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Of course, I will be adding on to my theories and speculations once more information has been revealed. E3 is coming up next week, so hopefully after E3 we will have more interesting speculations and theories spawning and popping up here and there. So for now, this is where I'll be ending the video today. Stay tuned for the next 2 parts of this trilogy, where I'll be covering max raid battles and the Dynamax feature in Pokemon Go. So until next time, I will be seeing you in my next video. This has been TaeganAdventures. I'm signing off right now. Peace out.